Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. In this video, we are diving into First Merchants Corporation's latest SEC filing to decode what's really happening behind the scenes of this financial institution. Before we start, if you appreciate getting straight to the point insights from corporate filings, make sure you're subscribed and joined our Discord channel, linked in the description below to keep the conversation going. First Merchants Corporation is a company that gives us a glimpse into the banking world. Today we're looking at their Form 8K, which is basically a report to let everyone know about important company news as it happens. Think of it as the company's way of saying, hey, something big just happened and you should know. The main event here is happening on August 15, 2025. This is the date of the report, and it's also the date when the company announced some key financial news. Now let's talk about what kind of stock this company has. They have common stock, which is what most people think of when they hear company shares. They also have depository shares, which are a bit more complex. These represent a small piece of a special type of stock called preferred stock. And for First Merchants, it's specifically for their Series A non-cumulative perpetual preferred stock. The ticker symbol for their common stock is FRME, and it's traded on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC. This means you can easily buy and sell their common stock through a major stock exchange. And for those depository shares which are tied to their preferred stock, the ticker symbol is FRMEP, also listed on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC. The really juicy stuff is in the other events section here. On August 15, 2025, First Merchants Corporation put out a press release saying they are giving money back to their shareholders. Specifically, they declared a cash dividend of 0.36 cents for every share of common stock people own. This is great news for investors as it means the company is profitable enough to share some of that profit directly. When will you get this money? Well, if you owned the stock on September 5, 2025, you'll receive the dividend on September 19, 2025. This is a pretty standard process for dividend payments, establishing a record date and a payment date. This dividend amount of 0.36 per share is a clear signal of the company's cash generation and its commitment to returning value to its owners. Attached to this report is the actual press release dated August 15, 2025. This is the official announcement that contains all the details about the dividend declaration. And then there's Exhibit 104, which is the cover page interactive data file. This is part of how companies today file their financial information in a way that computers can easily understand and process. It's all about making data more accessible for analysis. Giving the stamp of approval and the responsibility for this report is Michelle M. Kawiecki, Executive Vice President, Chief Financial Officer, and the Principal Financial and Accounting Officer. This tells us who's accountable for the accuracy of the information presented. Now, let's put on our investor hat and look at what this dividend declaration really means. First Merchants Corporation is a regional bank, and their ability to consistently pay dividends suggests a stable financial footing. A 0.36 dividend per share, while not a massive amount, is a positive indicator of profitability. It tells us that after covering all their operating expenses and setting aside money for future investments, the bank has surplus cash it's willing to distribute. Looking at the broader context of the banking industry in 25, we've seen interest rate fluctuations and evolving regulatory landscapes. Companies like First Merchants that can maintain or increase dividend payouts in such an environment often demonstrate strong operational efficiency and effective risk management. They are likely managing their loan portfolios and deposit bases well. We don't have a full financial table analysis in this specific 8K. It's more of a current report focused on a specific event, the dividend declaration. However, the fact that a dividend was declared implies positive earnings and cash flow from their core banking operations, which would include lending activities and investment income, a healthy net interest margin, and controlled operating expenses would be key drivers for this dividend. The strategy behind paying dividends is often to attract and retain investors, signaling confidence in the company's future prospects. It's a way to reward loyal shareholders without necessarily needing a major growth initiative to be announced. For investors, it means a predictable stream of income from their investment in First Merchants. One key risk for banks is always credit quality. If the economy were to slow down and more borrowers began to default on loans, then First Merchants' profitability would suffer, potentially impacting their ability to pay dividends in the future. However, this dividend declaration suggests that at this moment they are not seeing significant signs of widespread defaults that would threaten their financial health. Another area to watch would be their efficiency ratio, which compares operating expenses to operating revenue. A lower ratio indicates better efficiency. If this ratio is improving, it means they are making more money relative to what they spend to operate, which is a good sign for dividend sustainability. In conclusion, First Merchants Corporation's announcement of a $0.36 per share dividend is a positive development for shareholders. It points to a well-managed company that is generating enough profit to reward its investors. While this 8K doesn't contain deep financial tables, the dividend itself is a significant data point suggesting financial health and a commitment to shareholder value. What's your take on this dividend announcement and what it signals for First Merchants Corporation's future? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Corporate Decoder for more analyses like this. And don't forget to join our community on Discord, linked in the description. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one.